Hello, welcome to Mississippi Insight Meditation. For more information about our organization or to leave a much needed donation, please visit our website at msinsightmeditation.org.
Hi, my name is Christy Grassis, and I'd like to thank you for sharing some of your time with me today. I've been thinking a lot lately about perspectives. We all tend to see things from a certain perspective, but that is an illusion. We rarely see things as they actually are. When something happens, we immediately start making judgments and we overlay it with our own past, our own history, our own thoughts and ideas. What if we were able to step back and take in a wider view? Would that be helpful? Would that be skillful? And I think it would. What do I mean by our own perspective? Say I was to put a small wooden table in the middle of our virtual room, like one of those small wooden tables you see in a school or a pediatric office. I think we would all agree to its use. It's a place for children to sit and play or work and draw. What if I told you that was just our perspective? Maybe it's not a table at all. What do you mean, Christy? Of course it's a table. Well, my dog doesn't see it as a table. From my dog's perspective, it's a place to lift his leg. A termite has no concept of furniture. A termite would see it as food, as a food source. It's the same object, but its worth, its use, its very essence depends on our perspective. Another example. Let's take that same table and put two kindergartners on either side of it. If you were to draw the letter M on a piece of paper and place it on that table, one little person would see the letter M, but the other one would see the letter W. And that's just here in America. Let's add a little Greek kindergarten exchange student to the mix. She's going to see the letter S because this is the symbol for sigma in the Greek alphabet. They might argue over it, each knowing that the other is wrong, because of course they're right. W, M, sigma, who is right? The truth is that they are all right. The truth is that they are correct and the other person is wrong. And they can argue for hours about it, dig into their perspective, become frustrated that the other person isn't listening. And that's what happens when we dig into a belief or a perspective. It brings us frustration, dukkha, when we can't make others think like we do. In this scenario, the wisest person in the room, perhaps the teacher, steps back, circles around, and looks at it from all perspectives and sees that there is truth in what each child is saying. Softening our beliefs, not abandoning them, but just understanding that they are only true from our perspective allows us the freedom and the space to grow. It allows us to release any dukkha caused by trying to convince others how wrong they are. And if we can come at things from a softer, more understanding, broader view, then it allows the space and freedom for others to do the same. If the child who sees the M says, I can see your W, I also still see my M, but look, it's both. That puts the other kids at ease enough that perhaps they can see other perspectives too. Maybe not, but it allows them the space to have the opportunity. So a real life example, I have a family member who was murdered in 2010. He was a law enforcement officer who was shot in the neck. And when I think of Gregory Favors, the man who murdered him, I am definitely right when I say he was wrong. Murder is wrong. I'm right. But when I find myself thinking that way, I can feel the constriction and the anger, and I feel dukkha rise. But if I take a moment and broaden my view and see things from Mr. Favors' perspective, I think he didn't wake up that morning and say, I'm going to kill a cop today. I mean, maybe he did, I don't know. But if I look at the fact that there were circumstances, things that probably happened in this man's life that brought him to his very bad decision that evening, I can feel my heart opening with some compassion for Mr. Favors. Keep in mind, compassion is not forgiveness. It's not a free pass on the anguish this man caused my family. But I can feel compassionate that there was probably a lot of things that went wrong in this man's life that led him to murder. And when I can come at it from a place of compassion rather than a place of anger and hatred, I feel more open, spacious, and I feel more at ease. And from that place of open spaciousness, I can become part of the solution. I'll say that again because it's really important. From that place of open spaciousness, I can become part of the solution. Mr. Favors was a career criminal. He was 30 years old and had been in jail 18 times before shooting Chad. Most of his adult life was spent behind bars, and I can only imagine what his childhood was like. But trying to see things from Mr. Favors' perspective, I've come to realize that there is a need in the prison system to offer the inmates an opportunity for change. A friend of mine suggested that I could become a chaplain in the prison system. And because my heart wasn't closed with anger and hatred towards criminals, because I could see a different perspective, I can hopefully prevent this tragedy from happening to some other family in the future. So our perspective, it's just that, ours. We can 100% be right that this is an M, or that's a table, or that murder is wrong. But holding so tightly to these beliefs will only bring us pain. If I hold this striker and I grip it really tight, after a while, my hand is going to cramp up and it's going to hurt. But if I open my hand, I can still hold the striker, but I can also hold this marker, and I can hold this pencil, and I can even hold these eye drops, right? When I open my hand, I'm still holding the striker, but when I loosen my grip, I can hold other things as well. And that is where our freedom lies. In the Magana Sutta, Buddha said, those who cling to perceptions and views wander the world offending people. So I invite you to look at your perspectives, your perceptions, and views this week. You can be right in what you're thinking, but instead of clinging, See if you can allow room for other views. If you can do that, spend some time noticing the freedom and the ease that it brings. Thank you for allowing me to share my thoughts. And at this time, I'd like to do a guided meditation. So please take a comfortable, alert posture. Gently closing your eyes. It's helpful in the beginning of a sit to spend a little time getting into your posture, maybe swaying back and forth, sideways, wiggling your spine, rolling your shoulders. Now, take a few long, slow, deep breaths. As you breathe in deeply, feel the stretching of your rib cage. As you exhale, just relax, let go, and settle in. Now let your breath return to normal. Take a few moments to scan through your body to see if there are any obvious places of holding, of tension that you can either relax, or if you can't relax, perhaps there could be a softening around. I find it helpful to start at the head, relaxing the scalp, the facial muscles around the eyes, the jaw. Relax any tension you find in your neck, your shoulders, your upper back. Again, if you can't completely relax the muscles, just gently soften around any tension you may find there. Moving to the lower back, the chest. Relax your belly, allowing it to hang soft in front of you. Relaxing your sit muscles, your legs, your feet. Scan through your body, looking for any place of tension, and ease that tension as best you can. Then, within your body, become aware of the body's experience of breathing. Feeling how the chest might expand and contract. Parts of the body lift and fall as you breathe. Perhaps paying attention to the nostrils as the air coming in and out touches a particular spot. Letting go as best you can your thoughts and concerns from the day in order to settle into the experience of breathing, as if breathing is your place of comfort. When you notice that you're drifting off in thought, just notice that. Be relaxed about it. Notice that it happened and be mindful of that without commentary, without judgment, and with some gentle, loving kindness. Just begin again with your breathing. Bring yourself back to the breath, being aware of your breathing, breathing in, breathing out. As you're sitting here, check in with what is your overall mood or state. Are you tired or alert? Calm or agitated? Fuzzy or clear? Anxious or relaxed? Once you are aware of this overall state, how does it affect you? How does it affect your body? Are you tense or open? Contracted or expanded? How does your overall mood affect how you see what's going on in the world and how you relate to it? How are you influenced by the state that you're in? Can you shift? Shift yourself from being the mood or state to just being mindful of it. Can you step out of it and instead just watch it? Noticing your mood, not being your mood. I'll ask you now to return more fully to your breathing. For the last minute or two of this sitting, just stay with your breath as best you can, not letting yourself be swept away with thoughts, your mood, your emotions. Just stay with your breathing. Again, my name is Christy Grasses. Thank you so much for sitting with me this evening.
Thank you for listening to this video provided by Mississippi Insight Meditation. For more content like this, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, or visit our website at msinsightmeditation.org. All talks are given freely. If you would like to leave a donation, please visit our website. Again, that's msinsightmeditation.org. Thank you for listening.